again, we are in the chapter of Indo-Pak relations and Indus Water Treaty and the working of the Indus Water Treaty. Yet another dispute between India and Pakistan was related to the the Kishan Ganga project. Kishan Ganga. Kishan Ganga project. See, river Kishan Ganga, it's a 330 megawatt hydroelectric power project, and Kishan Ganga is a tributary of Jhelum. Kishan Ganga, tributary of Jhelum, and this Kishan Ganga in Pakistan it is known as Neelam. Neelam river, okay, Neelam, and it is constructed. This Kishan Ganga project is constructed in the Gurez Valley. Now, if you look at the location, let me just help you. This is the Jammu and Kashmir, and you see, we are talking about a tributary further north of it. This is Jhelum, this is river Jhelum, so a tributary further north of it. And so, please listen, see carefully. So, this is somewhere here in the north of the Vular lake. So, our idea is to construct a dam on Kishan Ganga, again run of the river project, and from there through a tunnel, 27-kilometer tunnel. So, let me just draw it carefully. A 27-kilometer tunnel, and this water, so 27-kilometer tunnel from the dam, and the water will drain into another small tributary of Jhelum called Bonar Madmadi Nala. See, Nala is like a rivulet, small stream, okay. So, that is in Jammu and Kashmir it is not as Nala, but it is a rivulet, a small stream. You see, I am just expanding the size. I hope you can see this now carefully. Now, this is what I am talking. So, this is Kishan Ganga, and you are constructing a dam and a 27-kilometer tunnel. So, I am talking about this is the tunnel, 27-kilometer tunnel, and through this tunnel water is diverted, electricity is generated, and that water falls into this Bonar Nala, Bonar Madmadi, and then from that through Bonar Madmadi it reaches Vular. This is Vular. So, the water is drained into Vular, and through Vular this water will flow down to Pakistan. From Vular through Jhelum, it will. So, water from the tributary. Now, what is happening? I am repeating. Tributary is Kishan Ganga. From Kishan Ganga, we are constructing a dam. It is a run of the river project. Water is diverted through a 27-kilometer tunnel into Bonar stream, Bonar Nala, and through Bonar it reaches Vular, and from Vular it will flow down to Pakistan. So, ultimately the water is reaching Pakistan. We are not taking any water. We are not diverting any water as such for our purpose, but yes, a 27-kilometer tunnel, and the water from the main river, that is the Kishan Ganga river, is taken to a stream, and that stream takes it to Jhelum, main river Jhelum, and through Jhelum the water will flow down. Now, when we talked about this project, so we started talking about an MOU was signed between Jammu and Kashmir and the Ministry of Union Power Minister in the year 2000. And the National Hydroelectric Power Corporation, NHPC. So, the idea of the project came in the year 2000. The idea was in the year 2000. An agreement, an NHPC, National Hydropower Corporation, has cleared the project in June 2004. NHPC cleared the project, was entrusted with the project and built and operate basis, and Central Electricity Authority cleared the project. So 2004 it was entrusted with NHPC. Pakistan again objected to, what is the Pakistan objection? Pakistan's objections. Okay, coming to Pakistani objection, standard objections. Number one, Pakistan again objected to the design of the dam. So design is again the drawdown flushing technique. Number two, Pakistan said it's a diversion of water. The design is resulting in diversion of water from Kishan Ganga to Jhelum. Of course, I am getting it, but there is a diversion of water. Because of the diversion, it is going to affect their project. They have another project called a 969 megawatt Neelam Jhelum project. Neelam Jhelum project. They have a project downstream called Neelam Jhelum project with Chinese assistance. So this will affect them. So their argument is, it will affect, when we divert the water, there will be a loss of 21% of water. There is a shortfall of 21% of water. 21% of water shortfall will be there, and it will result in 9% reduction in the capacity. So Pakistan will have to reduce 9% reduction in the capacity. Pakistan will be forced to reduce the size, or the capacity has to be reduced by at least 9%. So Pakistan says it's a diversion of the water, and quite logical. And number two, or number one, the design, again the drawdown flushing technique. So on both grounds, Pakistan strongly objected the project when India says we are going ahead with the project. And when India started construction, when we heard that Pakistan is also going ahead with their own Neelam Jhelum project, India also speeded up the project, and we started constructing. So even though the permission was the CEA, the Central Electricity Authority, agreed on the project, we finally started constructing immediately. By 2009, we started constructing the project, and in 2010, Pakistan moved for arbitration against India. Now, Pakistan did not say that it's a difference, it's a dispute. Pakistan said it's a dispute. Pakistan wanted arbitration. Pakistan approached the World Bank and said, we want to have an arbitration on this in 2009. So in May 2010, Pakistan moved for arbitration. And finally, see, as per the Indus Water Treaty, a 7-member arbitration panel will be set up, and we could not agree on anything. So both India, who should be heading the panel, we could not agree. So finally, we approached the UN Secretary General. UN Secretary General appointed a judge, Stephen Squabble. The UN Secretary General helped us in appointing Stephen Squabble as the chairman of the arbitration panel, and similarly a dam expert, an international law expert, all of them were appointed, 7-member, 2 from India, 2 from Pakistan, 7-member panel was appointed, a court of arbitration. Okay, so this court of arbitration gave its verdict. So they came, first of all, they asked, we already started the construction, they asked India to stop the construction on the main dam. And then the commission came and looked into, visited the site, and finally in February 2013 they gave an interim verdict, and in December 2013 they gave the final verdict. So, interim and the final verdict. So, when the verdict came, as usual, there is something for both sides to celebrate. So, mithai, we celebrated laddu and sweets everywhere. But again, it is more of a victory of India and less of a victory of Pakistan. So, that was a big achievement for India even in this, even though it was generally felt that, even I personally thought at that time when these discussions were going on, when the news was coming out, when Stephen Squabble and team visited India and saw the project, when he asked India to stop the construction, everybody thought that there is some truth in Pakistan, what they are arguing, it's a diversion of the water, they will object, that's what everybody thought. But the verdict, the final verdict and the interim verdict clearly said, number one, the arbitration, the court of arbitration clearly said that there is no diversion of water. There is no diversion of water in the project. It was a shock to everybody, a pleasant shock to Indians. We all thought that there is diversion. Yes, from Kishanganga it is diverted to Bonar Madmadi Nala, and from there it is going to Volar Lake, and from there through Jhelum the water is flowing into Pakistan. That is what all of us understood. But now the International Court of Arbitration is saying there is no diversion. That means India can go ahead with the project. Indian, naturally we celebrated. But the second part is what is there for Pakistan. But at the same time, they said that this project, or they said that India should look for another design. This Court of Arbitration accepted the Pakistani argument regarding their fear about the drawdown flushing technique, another design for flushing the silt. You find another design. So, don't keep the gates in the bottom. So, this gated design or the gates in the bottom of the dam, so that we can remove the slush or you can flush out the sediments, that design has been rejected. India was asked to go for another design, some other design whereby these gates are not there. So, that is why Pakistan also celebrated. But the bottom line is India is allowed to construct, and then both in the interim verdict, the court or the Stephen Squabble led commission asked both India and Pakistan how much water can be released to maintain the environmental flow of the river, to maintain the environmental flow. Environmental flow means natural flow of the river, so that it will reach the Neelam Jhelum project also. See, now when you construct the dam and you store the water and then you are diverting the water, now what will be allowed to flow down the existing channel? The natural flow, that is what they call it as the environmental flow. India immediately calculated and said that we can release around 4 cusecs of water, cubic meter per second. So, in the final verdict, India was asked, or rather in the temporary or the interim verdict, India was asked how much water can be said. So, India said, we said we can release around 4 cubic meter per second water, cubic meter per second, 4 cubic meter per second. Pakistan was asked how much water you want according to you, because once the dam's design is accepted, diversion is going to happen. Pakistan was asked how much water you want. Pakistan demanded 100 cusecs, cubic meter per second water. Pakistan said, I want 100. India said, I can give you 4. Finally, the verdict in December came. The final verdict, India was asked to release 9 cubic meter per second water. Pakistan demanded 100, but the team, the arbitrators, Stephen Squabble and the team said that India should release 9 cubics of cubic meter per second water. Pakistan demanded 100. India said we can release 4, but finally what was asked to release was around 9 cubic meter per second. So both the sides, and one more point, this verdict is binding on both sides. Verdict is binding on both sides. But in the verdict itself it is written that Stephen Squabble said that both India and Pakistan, after implementing the project, after 7 years of implementing the project, both India and Pakistan are free to approach the Permanent Indus Commission once again if you are not satisfied with the whole thing. So it was said that either India or Pakistan may seek reconsideration of the final order through this bilateral Permanent Indus Commission and the mechanisms of the Indus Water Treaty after 7 years from the first diversion of water. So after the first diversion of the water, after 7 years, both India and Pakistan are free to approach the bilateral Permanent Indus Commission. So there is an option of review. Even the verdict is final, it has already been implemented. Both India and Pakistan are free to review after 7 years of the first diversion of the water. So that option is given by Stephen Squabble. So 9 cubics, cubic meter per second natural flow of water or environmental flow is required, even though Pakistan was demanding 100. So that is the situation. Again, let it be very clear, the only setback for India, if at all you want to say the setback, we were not allowed to have the drawdown flushing technique in this hydroelectric power project, accepting the Pakistani concern that we may be misusing it in a time of war and all. So that was accepted by Stephen. So because the Stephen Squabble had to give something to Pakistan, so that is the offer here. And finally, in May 2018, please note, in May 2018, after much delay, Prime Minister Narendra Modi dedicated this Kishan Ganga hydroelectric power project, 330 megawatt project, to the nation in May 2018 by Prime Minister Modi. And this is in the the Gurez Valley. I already said it is in the Gurez Valley in the Bandipora region. Bandipora region. One of the environmental concern about this project is a very pristine and untouched valley. Okay, it is a natural beauty, Gurez Valley, whether it will be affected or not, or whether environmental problem will be there or not. That is one of the problems or one of the objections raised by many environmental experts. It's almost 6,000 crore rupee project. 6,000 crore rupee project when the project started in 2009. 6,000 crore. But of course, cost overrun is there. Initially, it was thought that we will finish in 2-3 years, but it took almost 10 years to complete. 2018, it was dedicated to the nation, 330. So here, an international court of arbitration led by Stephen Squabble, it is clearly mentioned in the Indus Water Treaty. That is how it was done, and even they also agreed that India can divert. They said it's not a diversion because water is going to Pakistan only. India is not using the water. So according to Stephen Squabble led court of arbitration, it is not a diversion of water. A pleasant surprise to India, but India was not allowed to have the drawdown flushing technique. That is the I will say one setback which we got for. But overall, if you look, it is a big victory for India once again in this particular dispute between India and Pakistan.